And
It
so what did
is.
you close the week at?
I started around like $2,000 and I closed 7 days of trading with $4,200. So I just doubled my account. And last Friday, I sat in front of my computer for 2 hours and I made over $1,000. So I was like, mind blowing. In what job I would do that in literally 2 hours?
Mr. Miguel, good to have you.
Super. Thank you for having me here, dude. Super happy to be here.
You've been sharing some pretty epic wins in the community this past week. I wanted to bring you on so we can share a little more about those wins and offer some value to those that are watching who are getting started or who maybe are trading and are not quite as profitable yet. So perhaps we can offer a few tips here and there. So why don't you fill me in? What are some of those wins that you've been sharing this past week in the
Oh,
community?
all right. So I think like the first like win that I got was last week, Wednesday. And my first win was like a easy money trade, which is one of the strategies that I'm like trying to focus on. And I've seen a lot of success on it. And then just with my easy money trade, I think I've made like over $1,000 just with the easy money ones, which was pretty great. I
And that's
cannot
real
just
money, right?
That's real money. Yeah.
Live
Yeah.
account.
Live account. Yeah. And just learning a lot and loving the process, man. It's so amazing.
You're getting a lot of lessons this past week,
Oh, yeah,
especially trading live real money. It's like it's a different game, right? And
it
so, what did
is.
you close the week at?
Oh, okay. I started around like $2,000 and I closed my 7 days of trading. I finished with $4,200.
Let's go. So that's
Yeah, I
$2,200,
$2,200 in profit
bro.
basically. So I just doubled my account and now
Let's
I'm
go.
just like more pumped up, for the next day of trading.
That is
It
huge.
is.
And thank you for sharing that with us. I saw your screenshot, so we'll definitely pull that up. But
Okay.
you're sharing with us how you double your investment account in just 7 days, which is an incredible accomplishment.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is there anything that has clicked for you in the time that you've been trading that has allowed you to start having these wins? Like, is there something that has shifted in you in the way you see things?
So one of the things that I learned was if you follow the process of the course that you teach and you're consistent, which like just to let you guys know, I started in February. We are in September right now, but because of my last job, I had to stop doing trading because I was so busy going through a lot of things that I had to take a break. But then when I come back, started in September working again. When I went back to the course and I rewatched the easy money trade section, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to stick to this and do good trades with that teaching, with that process. So, and then I succeeded, that clicked to me. So, like, if you follow this process, focusing just one strategy, you're going to do well. So, that's why basically in one day, I made over $1,000
Oh,
trading,
yeah.
which was
That's
amazing.
amazing. So if I'm hearing you correctly, it sounds like part of it was just sticking to the strategy, to what's proven, and then keeping it simple.
Yeah.
And for those that are not in the program, we have a trade that we call the easy money trade, just because it's very simple, right? It's very straightforward. And we found that usually simple is best because it's all about consistency, right? If we can just do something over and over and over and just get really good at that one thing, that is going to be something that is incredibly complex and no one's going to be able to pull off every single day.
Yes. Yes,
But
for
it sounds
sure.
like you've come back full circle. You were a little bit busy earlier in the year. That kind of put
Yes.
things on hold, happens. But now you're back, you're all in, and you've exponentially grown in just a couple months, which is amazing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So now, give us some context. Prior to joining the program, were you trading already? Did you know anything about trading? Where were you?
No, my whole life, since I was 10 years old till I was 29, I basically worked with my family in our food business in Brazil. And then when I moved to the US, I started working with real estate, which I loved. But before that, before I started the course in February, I was feeling a little bit like I thought something was missing. And then watching you doing your trades, sharing your content in social media, I was like, that might something I can do. I could do. So I never had any background with trading, with any investment, stock market, anything. I had no idea. I never like look into it to understand. But then when I saw your results, I was like, okay, let me reach out to Helbert. Let me see what he's doing. Let me understand a little bit more. And then we sat down. I booked like an appointment to have a conversation. And then you talked to me and explained how it worked. And I was like, dude, that's so awesome. Like it's a simple process that me not being a tech savvy dude, I can do it. I can go for it. And because of that, like I felt confident the way you were teaching the program so I could understand. And I know in our group, we have a lot of people that are like way older than me, like 20, 30 years older than me, and they're doing trading as well. like Nancy is great, and she's performing really well, and she's being an inspiration to me and to other people in our calls, every time that we share experiences. Yeah, so like if you don't have any experience with trading or anything, don't worry about it. Like the course is pretty straightforward, step by step, like explain to you what you should do or shouldn't do. And if you follow the program, you're going to be at least 70-80% accurate, because one of the things that I was a little bit skeptical about trading was, oh, maybe you're gambling. But no, if you follow the process and the probabilities are high, it's working.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And I definitely want to touch on some of the fears and concerns that a lot of beginners can have prior to joining. But before you do that, I know you mentioned Nancy. Do you know that was my mother by any chance or
Yes.
no? Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
I know she's your mother. Yes.
Yeah, she kills it, right? And
Yeah, she's amazing, dude.
there's definitely been a learning curve with a lot of people in the program because we get people of all ages, all backgrounds, and everything designed to even help the people that maybe need a little extra help with the tech. They're still able to do it. They're able to play some great trades, and even like my mother, she like first 2 weeks of the month, like no losing days, which is
Yeah,
wild.
which is
Step by
wild.
step, baby steps. That's her approach, and it works.
Hmm.
But you touched on something important there, which is you had a few concerns prior to joining. I mean, you're brand new, right, into trading. Like you've
Yes,
never placed
yes.
a trade before. So I tried to put myself in the shoes of someone like you or where I was, years ago prior to getting into trading. So what were some of those fears or maybe things that you were concerned about going into something like this?
First of all, as I said, not understanding the process, right? Because like we are skeptical because we're ignorant. We don't understand
Mm.
how it works. Like I've never had any experience with it. So I think that was one of my concerns is not understanding. And the other one was I was like pretty comfortable at my other job. And I was like, dude, I'm making good money here. I'm doing really well. But I was too comfortable and I wanted to grow. And then I decided to like take that little step, join the course, and make a new change in my life and improve. That's how I felt when I did it. And then when I started the course, it kind of clicked on me that I was like, dude, I think this is what I want to do for my life, because I was doing my job, but I wasn't totally happy with it. Yeah. So that was one of the concerns. The second one was like, okay, but like I've heard that like trading, it's basically like guess, basically gamble. But no, it isn't. So if you're following the process, if you know how to read the graphics and everything and all the strategy that you're teaching us, it's not. As we said in the beginning, it's going to be over 70 to 80% of accuracy in your trades. So that was my concern. And that's one of the things that today I'm very comfortable to pull the trigger to get into a trade because I'm following the step by step that you teach us.
I love it. Yeah, so essentially at the beginning, it's like, well, I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. I've never
Mhm.
tried it before. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Yeah, like you might hear a lot of things on social media that people talk about. Yeah, I guess technically there are people that are gambling on the market. If you don't have a system, you don't have a strategy, you're pretty much gambling, right? Because it's just pure luck.
Yep.
And most people lose their money that way. But you've been following the process step by step. And at that point, we're the casino, right? It's like we
Yes.
have an edge. And so we just continue following the process. We're the ones that make the money. And
Yes.
so
Perfect.
now that you're on the other side and you're like, okay, now you're trading, now you're making money. How has things shifted for you from where you were
Well,
previously to where you are now?
now I feel more confident on what I'm doing. I feel comfortable with the process. As I said, even if you win or if you lose, you don't freak out,
Mm.
because if you're not good with yourself in your mind, you're gonna be like, okay, so I'm gonna try to get my money back, and you get all anxious, and then you're gonna be like, losing more money. But no, if you just be patient, as you tell us every coaching call that we have, like patience is key for traders. Wait for the perfect entry. Today I am very excited for tomorrow because I know I can feel comfortable to make my money even if I lose. If I win, great. But I am like happy to do it. And I just got a job as a server at a restaurant, and I'm already considering quitting because what I made in a day, basically, I would make it the whole month there. And my wife is like freaking out. I was like, calm down. Like, I'm not going to do anything stupid. But if this week is really well, as last week was, I was like, that's where I wanted to be. That's that where I want to be and go to the direction that I want to take to my life.
I love to hear this. And yeah, so you recently had some changes in your life. You had the job that was keeping you really busy, where you were making really good money. And now you transitioned to a different one so that you could go all in into trading.
Yes.
And that has allowed you to now spend more time trading and things have exploded. Props to you. You're committed. You're making the moves in order to make this happen. And everybody's in a different place in their lives, but where you're at with the wife, with the house and everything is not the easiest thing to do.
No, it is not.
But you got to take some risks in life sometimes, and
Yeah.
that's paying off for you. And I'm super excited to see where you go with this. Of course, you got us to support you through the process. And when you commit to this, when you go all in, there's only one way you're gonna win.
Exactly.
Whether it's
And I,
now,
tr-
it's
and
next
I,
year, 5 years, doesn't matter. Like
yeah,
you're already making it happen.
I truly believe like in our lives, if we don't take risk, we're gonna be stuck where we are forever. Of
Absolutely.
course, we need to take risks with smart
Calculated.
decisions, calculated. You're not just gonna be like, okay, I have a job, I have 5 kids, I'm gonna quit my job just to do trading. No, get into trading, learn, follow the process, do the simulator, and then you do well. And once you start doing well, then you can make other decisions. That's what I did. So I wasn't happy with my job. I kind of went crazy. I quit my job without telling my wife, which was like, I think one of the biggest fights we ever had. But it's fine. We sat down, we had a conversation. We are 100% good right now. And she's 100% trusting me right now with the process because she's super conservative, super, super conservative. She came from a family that basically after high school, you stick to a job for 40 years and then you retire. But that's not me. So I had to take that risk for the future of my family. I had to take the risk to focus on my future goals. So
Mhm.
that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to go for it. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's learn. Let's improve.
I love it, brother. That decision right there. I mean, even just the decision to get started into something like trading. Most people, it can take them a lifetime just to make that first step, and most never do. That alone is a huge decision. But like you said, it's calculated, right? You join the program, you start trading, you saw that it works, and you're like, okay, now let's pivot so that we can accommodate this new lifestyle. So I can actually focus here. So it's not like we're telling you guys, yeah, go quit your job, like don't feed your kids. We're not saying that here.
No, no, no.
But you got to make some moves in life. Sometimes, if you don't have the time, then you're going to have to create the time,
Mhm.
right? Make sure it actually works. Make sure you want to pursue this career. And how you feel about trading? I don't know about you, but for me, it's like I'm always excited for Monday because it's like you
Oh,
get to
man.
trade. It's like the most fun I have. What are your thoughts now that you're a trader now?
Yeah, so I get sad when Saturday comes right now because normally people are like, dude, like I have the weekend to get a time off. But no, like last Friday, I was like, okay, I got my trading, but I'm not gonna trade tomorrow. I'm excited for Monday for my next time. And that's what I told my wife this morning. I was like, dude, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I want to see how the market is. And the one thing that I like to do to prepare myself is I like to wake up at least like 40 minutes, 45 minutes early, prepare myself, do my stuff, and then look at the market by basically 10 minutes before the market is open just to see how things are going so I can do my analysis and follow our coaching call. And dude, I just love it. I'm excited for the next day of trading. And like, if you guys are scared, you don't have to be. Just follow the course, just participate on the calls and take like an hour every single day. And just let you know as well, my fastest trade was 2 minutes after the market opened. So I got in the computer 7:20. By 7:32, I was out. So
I
you
love it.
just literally just following the steps that you teach is crazy. But
I
yes,
love
I'm
it.
super excited for tomorrow.
I agree. And I tell people that are getting started, it's like, careful, you're gonna love trading. They're
Yeah.
gonna start trying to figure out ways to make it their number one thing in your life. And it's the first time in my life that I have a career that I'm like excited. Like you
Yeah.
said, like Saturday is like shit, I don't get to trade. But like Monday, I'm all in. I love it. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's always engaging, right? It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you thinking. It keeps you just engaged. And in nothing more fulfilling in life than being engaged with what you do, right?
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. Like the best part is you can be anywhere in the world and you can just have your computer and you can just open your computer for literally 1 hour and you'll be done. You can go enjoy your life. And
And
that's where I want to be.
sometimes, like you said, you were done in what, like 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like
Crazy.
that. Sometimes you might be done there an hour. Sometimes it might be
Yeah.
30 minutes. Some days we sit on the computer and it's like, boom, the trade is right at the open,
Yeah.
in and
So
out.
last trade, which I made $600, I was like, holy crap. I waited for the perfect moment to get in the trade and I made $600. It was great.
It's insane, right? Like how the time ratios now is like it takes so long to make money in the real world through like a normal job, and then we come into the markets and it's like boom, 30
Yeah.
seconds, $500.
As I said in the beginning, I started just this job as a server just to my wife have a little peace because I have a job and I'm making some like money. I got at the restaurant at 10 a.m. and I worked till 5 p.m. and I made $136 in 7 hours. And then
Wow.
last day of trading, which was last Friday, I sat in front of my computer for 2 hours and I made over $1,000, over
Wow.
$1,500 actually. So I was like, boo, mind blowing. In what job I would do that in literally 2 hours? It is patience, it is studying, watching the videos, follow the process, participate on the coaching calls, and then you're going to do well. Do not try to do anything by yourself. Find someone that understands more than you to walk you through that process because that person made the mistakes that he's trying to avoid for you.
Absolutely. And I think that applies to everyone at all levels, even myself. I have coaches, I have mentors.
Everything.
I mean, we met at a mastermind, right? So
Right.
for the company that you worked at, I was the client because I believe we all pay the price, right? And we can try on our own, try to figure it out. Or the fast way is you use your money, work with people who are already doing the thing that you want to do, and
Mhm.
skip the big mess that you could be in if you don't know what you're doing, especially in trading. Let's say somebody's watching this video, they're thinking about joining the program, they're looking to get into trading, or maybe they're already trading, just not profitably, and they just don't know, right? They're like right on the edge, probably why they're watching this video to begin with. What would you say to someone in that position?
I would say if you want to get somewhere in your life, you should not focusing on the fear, on the things that you're afraid of. If you think that everything's gonna be like rainbows, it is not. But at the same time, when you learning, when you following the steps, and being patient with the process, you're gonna see the results at the end. So I have a funny thing that I tell one of my friends is people go to church because they are afraid of hell, right? And then I go to church because I love God. So that's the
Mm,
difference. And enjoy the process. Don't focus on your fear because if you keep focusing on your fear, you're going to get stuck where you at for the rest of your life. You're not going to grow in life. You're going to be stuck at that 9 to 5 job and you're going to be miserable. But if you really want to make a difference in your life, you have to take risks, smart risks, understanding what you're doing, and then you're going to see the results. Maybe, as you said, it might take a month, it might take a week, it might take 6 months. It doesn't matter. But if you are following the process with patience, you're going to get somewhere.
ladies and gentlemen, that's a gold nugget right there. 100% agree. When we focus on possibility, we have a choice, right? We could also focus on fear and all the things that could go wrong, how training's not going to be possible, how I'm not going to be profitable, I'm going to lose my money. But even if that's the case, at least you tried. At least now you know it's nothing worse than thinking, man, I should have gotten into trading when I had the opportunity and I just never did. And now I'm stuck at this job that doesn't fulfill me. And I just never tried to do anything about it. At the end of the day, you have a choice. Instead of focusing on everything that could go wrong, focus on the possibility, on the fact that there's a God, there's abundance. And if we take the right steps, why wouldn't that be us? Brother, well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking the time to share this with us. I'm sure this is going to inspire a lot of people. I love seeing those wins coming from you, and I'm excited to see where you go from here. Big things coming. So I'm sure we're going to have you back again.
For
So
sure.
until then, I'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
next
much,
time.
man. I appreciate it. See you guys.